What's up, guys? Welcome back to once again another video. It's bright and early in the morning here, and I figured it'd be a nice little peaceful time to show you guys kind of the breakdown of the MACBRIDE tournament, what I was all using and whatnot. So let's get right into it. So as you guys saw, bright and early in the morning I was throwing a crankbait on some riprap under the bridge, and I had some success real early in the morning, but nothing too crazy. I think the biggest was a 15.75 under that bridge, so nothing too crazy. But what I was throwing was a silent square bill, and this in particular is a shad pattern 1.5 and completely silent, upgraded owner treble hooks. And just, I used to never fish with upgraded treble hooks, but I noticed just fishing crankbaits in general, I would lose almost 50% of the fish I would hook into. Of course, I have the crankbait specific rods, the right bends, the moderate actions. In this case, I was throwing my square bill setup on a 7.1 medium moderate fast action. This is an FX custom rod. Paired with the Daiwa Tatula 100, 7-1. I still do like the fast reel for crankbait fishing, just because I like burning a crankbait. But I know a lot of people like to use the slower retrieve. That way they're not, they can kind of get into a pace of the same speed for rolling in their crankbaits. But me personally, I like a fast little setup for my square bill, and I would just burn that thing and get some nice reaction bites. And so I got some nice fish on that. I'd say I probably almost caught 10 to 15 fish just on that square bill. However, just the one with in terms of keeper size, maybe I caught two on that. I caught two. It was like my first keeper and my last real keeper. I think it was a 15.75 and a 15. So it definitely helped, and I use that a whole bunch in tournaments, that square bill rods. So definitely a good setup, and I'll probably be using it next month on the Mississippi tournament at some point. So my next kind of setup was another crankbait rod, only this was a DT10. As you guys saw, if you haven't seen it, make sure to go check it out right now, guys. The link should be up top right corner. Go check that out. Go check the tournament out. It was such a fun day. And before I spoil anything here for what I caught them all on, you guys can go check it out for yourselves. But the DT10, as you guys saw, definitely came in handy for kind of saving the day there at the end. I caught a 17.5 incher, and I caught, I think, a 14.5 incher off of it. Both upgrades, both were in, I believe, my top 5. That 14.5 did stay in my top 5. Again, a shad pattern, kind of off of a little rock point, as you guys saw. These I keep the treble hooks the same on. These don't usually need it too much. I think they already come with VMCs on them. So great bait for sure. Just a DT10 shad pattern. The hooks are already good. As for the rod and reel, 7-foot medium heavy moderate fast from FX Customs. This is a cranking rod. It will specify on the website. And this is a Quantum Smoke 8-to-1 reel, which is kind of crazy. I was using a real fast reel for this 14-pound test, 12-pound test on the square bill rod. And I was just whipping this out past that rock point slowly. I was just kind of feeling real good. I would kind of just almost reel and then drag it across some more rocks so I could really feel the reaction bite there. Just a great rod for, gosh, thicker flat side crankbaits, all the way up to, I'd say, this is a DT10, I'd say, is on the smaller end for this. I'd say anywhere up to a DT16 if you threw that. I personally don't really go much deeper in terms of crankbaits than a DT10, but this rod could handle it, and it handles a certain size category extremely well. So go check that out if you're into that rod, if you're out into DT10s and whatnot. I mean, incredible rod. As for the Topwater bite in the morning that you guys saw, normally that lake is known for topwater, and you can, I mean, the amount of blow-ups you'd normally get on that lake is pretty incredible, and it's normally where you're going to get the bigger bags. So I had to run over in those pockets and check if I couldn't catch fish, and as you guys saw, I was lucky enough to pull one out. Throughout the day I had 3 blow-ups. I think I only showed you guys the one. The first one, he missed it, and I think it was kind of a smaller fish. The second one you guys saw, and this rod, just incredible, ripped it right out of there. This rod is a 7.7 heavy fast, paired with, this is the old school Daiwa. This is the Daiwa CT. I think SWCT or something like that. TWS, my bad. 7.1. It is probably about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. It's actually the first Daiwa I've ever bought, and I believe they discontinued this. They make a CT model, but it is not the TWS. I think it's the TWCT now. And I love this reel. Nothing's ever gone bad in it. The drag works perfectly. I crank it all the way down for frog fishing, and it never slips on me. Just an incredible reel, and with a rod, it's a pretty big rod, obviously, and so when you hook set into something, it is always solid, and it always can carry out the big bass out of the muck. So, and it helped us get, I think that was a 15, maybe a little bit bigger, 15 and a half maybe. Using the Gavacho frog from Jekyll in the white color. It's a stiff frog. I think I boiled this one, but it walks like a charm. So definitely a great frog. It's just you need a solid bite from a fish, and most things kind of just need to go perfectly for you. But if you're targeting the kind of fish that you want as your top 5, I mean, you're gonna want a fish that can at least bite down on the frogs. So, you know, that's basically the day, guys. Other than that, I picked up a few on an all-terrain jig. Mostly smaller ones. Nothing of crazy much size, but and that's of course on a 7.1 medium heavy. So yeah, guys, it was mostly just crankbaits and a topwater bite. But if you guys haven't seen the MACBRIDE tournament, I would highly recommend checking it out. It was a great day of fishing. I'm thinking about switching it up kind of for next month's tournament format. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna go with, but I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of a narration type deal where, like on Bassmaster, you'll see a split screen. You'll see of a guy fishing, or 3 or 4 guys fishing, and then on the other side you'll see kind of a narration from the guys around the Bass Pro table. And I don't want to go exactly with that format, but I do think some type of narration where, because on the water, I'm not always able to narrate the situation, or sometimes the clips that I do narrate don't get thrown in. And a lot of times when I am catching fish, I'm not always talking super loud, or there's guys around me where, you know, sometimes you want to keep your little areas secretive. At the MACBRIDE tournament on that little rock point, there was, just from looking around, I could see 10 different boats and kayaks mixed together, and as you guys saw in the clips, I was pretty quiet and kind of tried to stay secretive just so I could have that little area to myself, hopefully kind of milk it for all it was worth. So I'm thinking about kind of doing a separate narration, maybe in parts where I'm not talking so much in the video, and I can kind of break down to you guys exactly what I'm doing, what I'm throwing at that point in time, so I don't, so you guys can kind of get a more quality video and so you don't see on a separate video me kind of breaking down everything. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's probably going to happen. It's going to be a little test run for next month's tournament on the Mississippi River. So I hope you guys will enjoy that, and stay tuned for the next one. I hope you guys enjoy this little wrap up. Thanks for watching.